Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Emitter V2. Now, I'm going to be doing a series on how to use different CV2 gadgets. I might not cover all of them, but I'm going to do some. I'm also going to do a bonus series on how to use different CV1 chips, or circuits version 1 chips, just to help you guys out. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright, now that we're in our selected room, we can get started. So to get started, we'll need our maker pen. To get your maker pen, you need to open up your watch, go to your backpack, make sure you're in the tools section, and you'll find your maker pen right here. There's two ways to get it. You can press use on your maker pen and it'll appear right in front of you, or you could press favorite and grab it from behind your back. So now that we have our maker pen, we can get started. First, we need to open up our maker pen menu, open up our palette, make sure we're in the gadgets section, make sure we're in CV2 gadgets, and you'll see your Emitter V2 right here. Now that we have it, we can just place it down. To make this easier on us, we can detach the board from the object, and when I say that, I mean like when it moves, when we move the emitter, the board will move. So, we can configure the board, press detach from object, and now we can move the emitter without the board moving. It just makes it a lot easier and a lot easier to work with. So, there's two ways to do this. There's a complicated way and a simple way. For the tutorial's sake, I'm going to do the simple way. You can look into it and you could figure out how to do the complicated way with all the emitter chips and all of that stuff. So, to start, we have our emitter, so now we need a button. To get a button V2, it's in the same place, but 2 spaces down from the emitter. Now that you have it, now that we can place it. So, same thing, I will detach the board from the object, so we can move the button freely without having any worries. So, now that we have our 2 objects, we could start wiring and configuring. So, to start, we will need to go to our wire tool and wire some pins together. So, as you can see, we have a pressed pin and a target pin. We also have a release pin and a target pin and a couple other pins. So, to get started, we want to wire this press pin to one of these pins here, which will be start, so that when we press the button or have the button pressed, the emitter will go off. So, just want to wire this to start, and same thing applies with released, but we wire it to stop so that whenever we release the button, it'll stop. So, we can press it again so it'll stop, because I did see it go off. So, that's pretty much it for the wiring. I know, very simple, but this is just a simple way. So now we can get started into the configuring. To do that, we need to open the configure tool. Now we need to configure these pins and the emitter to change the way what's getting emitted looks. So for size, that's talking about how huge and how big it emits, or how small it is. So I'm just gonna do like 15 for the size, decent. And then for the speed, same thing, but it just depends how fast it goes and how often it goes off. I'm gonna do 10. Now for the color, it's not as simple. You'll need to figure out what number goes to what color, because in this game each number has a different color. So like, let's say 1, for example, is like red. I don't know if it is, probably isn't, but 1 can be red, and then 2 can be blue, and then so on, but I'm not sure if that's correct. So from what I remember 13 or 15 could possibly be black or white, I'm not sure, but for now we're just going to do 13 and experiment. So now that we have our color set, your speed may appear as 0, but if you do configure the pin, it will either save value or it won't save, because that's a bug. So now that we do have our speed, we can start configuring the emitter to make it emit different things. So first, as a set default, we have confetti, then we have boost. It's like just boost and then explosion, fireflies, firework, distance fog, so on and so on. I'm going to be doing leaves just for the tutorial's sake and to see what color I did pick. So all of the wiring is pretty much done and all of the configuring is pretty much done. So we are going to move this over here and experiment with it. So we're going to hold this down, and now you see that the leaves are falling. So if you press it again, it'll emit once more. Again, it'll emit once more. Again, it'll emit once more. So you can keep experimenting with the different substances that it emits and the different colors, speeds, and sizes. So I just changed it to flash. Let's see what it is. It's just like that. You know, you can keep doing it. And yeah, so you can make this more complicated. You can do it intuitively with the different emitter chips that you can find in the Circuits V2 section. And yeah, I hope this tutorial helped, and I hope it helped you improve your CV2 skills. If it did help, leave a like and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.